In this session, we will cover the different components and tools that OutSystems provides. From the platform server, where your applications will run, through the development tools, Service Studio and Integration Studio, to the administration and operations tools, Service Center and Lifetime. We will also briefly cover the OutSystems Forge and community so that you have a full overview of what's available to you. Let's go ahead and get started. A number of OutSystems components and tools are provided with the OutSystems platform. The first is the OutSystems server, which we call the platform server. This is a set of servers that compile, deploy, manage, run, and monitor the applications inside your infrastructure. You can connect to the platform server from Service Studio, which is the OutSystems development environment for web and mobile apps. Once it's connected, developers can create and publish applications to the platform server. Each version of those applications will be stored in the platform data database. The platform server will then compile and generate optimized code for those applications and deploy them to a standard application server. The application server uses traditional databases and external systems to run the applications you've created. Service Studio is the visual development environment that you'll be using as a developer to create great mobile and web applications. Integration Studio, another development environment, allows you to create extensions to the platform itself. Integration Studio provides a number of accelerators to integrate with external resources such as C# code and databases. Integration Studio takes those resources and creates representations of them inside the OutSystems world. Once those representations exist inside an extension, they can be published to the server and used inside Service Studio as normal OutSystems resources. Now that you know what tools to use to build applications, you also want to be able to manage the server itself, and that is what Service Center is for. Service Center is a platform server management and administration console. It is a web application that is accessible via a web browser, and it allows you to take a look at and configure the platform server from an administration and operation standpoint. Inside Service Center, we can look into the factory and see what applications are available. We can also monitor the environment and inspect logs generated by the platform and running applications. We can administrate the server and configure environment settings, and gather different types of analytics. Whereas Service Center allows us to manage an individual server or environment, Lifetime allows us to manage the full application lifecycle across multiple environments. Lifetime is also a web app that extends the Service Center's capabilities. It allows you to see the application's lifecycle across different staging environments. From the development environment to the quality environment to the production environments, we can track our applications and the versions of those applications that are deployed to each environment in your infrastructure. You can also manage the level of permissions that each user or team has on each environment or application. You have visibility over all environments in your infrastructure and can manage them and how they are placed in the lifecycle. You can collect analytics about the performance of your applications so that you can easily pinpoint and fix performance bottlenecks. Here, we can see all of the different components that surround the platform server and enable us to develop our applications and manage them across the infrastructure. But here we are focusing on a single platform server. When we think about a typical enterprise, we will have a development server as well as a quality and production server. All of these tools can connect to each of the servers, and Lifetime can help us manage the application's lifecycle across all of them, regardless of how many you have. In addition to these components and tools, you also have the OutSystems Forge and community to help you throughout your work with OutSystems. The OutSystems Forge is a source of downloadable components that can help speed up the application's development and delivery. Besides being able to download open-source components, our community also helps you with forums, where you can exchange tips, search for topics that you might need help with, or ask questions, regardless of whether you are a beginner or an experienced OutSystems developer. To sum up, in this session we looked into the different components and tools that OutSystems provides. From the development tools, Service Studio and Integration Studio, to the administration and operational tools, Lifetime and Service Center. We also looked at the supporting community that helps us learn and work with all these tools in the best way possible. That's it for this session on the OutSystems components and tools. Thank you, and see you at the next session.